Welcome to Generate, powered by Mittag Design Live. This is episode number 2 featuring Ben Kelly of Kelly Cattle Company.
And with that, we'd like to welcome you to Generate, powered by Mittag Design Live. I'm your host and owner of Mittag Design, Tucker Mittag. We're really excited to be back and bringing you another episode of Generate. We really appreciate all the positive feedback that we got on episode number 1, and we're really excited to bring you more of these great segments. As we dive into this episode, I'd like to introduce our next guest, Mr. Ben Kelly of Kelly Cattle Company. Ben is no stranger to the livestock industry, as he's been involved selling all sorts of cattle over the years, whether it's been steers, show heifers, bulls, or in this case, as we're going to kind of feature in this today, bred females. Ben, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tuck. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're really excited. Kind of similar to episode number 1 that we did. We're going to kind of split it up into a couple different segments here. In segment number 1, we're going to talk with Ben a little bit about the history of both Kelly Cattle Company and the Right Direction Elite Female Sale. And then when we get kind of done with those, talking a little bit about the history, we're going to dive right into some of those feature lots. We're going to pop those right up on the screen for you. And you can kind of follow along, as Ben describes those females, and you can kind of see what he's talking about. So Ben, let's kind of dive a little bit into the history of Kelly Cattle Company, kind of how you got started in the business, and then we'll kind of go full circle to where we're at today.
Cool. So we started this thing a long time ago. I got out of Iowa State in '89, and I think I bought my first cows in 1990. And then we started off selling a few show steers, selling a few show heifers, getting a few more cows around, and then we just kept building it. I got married in '98, and then we just kept growing from there. So we started off selling quite a few show steers when I was younger. We gravitated more towards the maternal side to make not only breeding cattle, but cows that can make show steers. And then as things evolved and everybody wanted better and better breds, we cut down our show heifers, just kind of hammered through on making better breds. I mean, there's quite a few heifers out there today that would have easily made show heifers. So our design is a little different. We're not trying to sell you anything that we don't think you can make money with. I mean, this is our very top cut. And I mean, I think we've got a really exciting set this year, Tucker.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Ben's kind of touched a little bit about the history of Kelly Cattle Company. Let's get a little deeper into the Right Direction sale, Ben. Obviously, this is the 27th year of the sale, and it doesn't matter what you're selling. That doesn't happen without a ton of success. Let's touch a little bit on some of the success stories that you guys have had over the years.
Well, I think it's been really good for us, and more importantly, it's about our customers have done such a good job with them. We've had 28 Grand Reserves, State Fair champion steers or heifers in the last 20 years. Tucker and Craig raised one. She was out of a monopoly, one of the very first ones that they bought from us. Really cool looking steer. You'll see him in our success stories. Scott Lee had a steer that won the Illinois State Fair. Kerry Klinger Webb had one that was reserved at the Ohio State Fair. That's just a few of the highlights, So it's a lot of fun to see our customers go out and win these things. And when we used to have the live auction, we'd always give banners out to everybody. And that was a lot of fun, because you get to see your animal. And it's just cool to see that these animals go out and work. Because our focus has always been making cattle that are functional, that can produce, that can make you money, and then fit whatever level you want to play at. So, I'm very pleased with how well the cows have done over the last 20 years.
Absolutely. I think one of the coolest things about the Right Direction sale and what Ben does, and Ben can go into a little further here, but just the fact that Ben goes to so many places. He patronizes his customers. He does business with people that do business with him. Ben, kind of touch a little bit about that.
So absolutely. So we get into, this year I traveled 8 states. Last year it was 9. I went to 411 sales this year, and I bought around 79 or 78. They were a little higher price this year, so it was a little tougher. I got a little more selective on the quality. But I think it's really important for me to find females that come out of our females or come from customers like these guys. They've got really high quality cattle. I mean, I can name you tons of places that have raised them. Darren Sass is a perfect example. Lot 48 That's a Wizard out of a bankroll. Her mother bought 12.5 on her sale. Her baby calf was right back here in the sale. So we're bringing you the very best. And when you buy something from us, you're buying in a built-in customer. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call me, and I'll come and look. And typically, I buy. I mean, I like to load the trailer up. I like to have good ones, not only with what we raise, but what comes from our customers. So that's kind of our focus, is just keeping that whole circle complete. Sometimes we just market the cattle for you. We don't even take a cut. I mean, Krolick's your neighbors.
Yep.
We just sold 18 head of heifers for them about 3 weeks ago when I was down looking at the Spotty, the old greedy here. Spotty, he's got another one, a Hi-Ho Silver from me. And I really want to buy this spot heifer, and I've offered him quite a little bit of money. And I think you guys should just like shoot him a text and say, sell the poor old guy the heifer so he can sell her next year. But he's greedy.
I'm always greedy. Awesome. No, that's really good stuff. And you know, just Ben kind of talking here, you can kind of see you know, why so many people keep coming back to this sale year in and year out, just because Ben is so good back to his customers, and that's what makes this such a great event. So Ben, you know, we've kind of talked a little bit about the history. Let's dive right into some of these feature lots on this year's sale. There's how many lots on this year's sale?
We've got 81 head this year.
81 head. Yep. Just kind of give us a broad overview. You know, this isn't like many sales, you know, where you've maybe just got one certain type and kind of cattle. There's something out there. We just looked through them here a little bit ago. There's something for everyone out there.
Oh, absolutely. And the first thing, before we get into that whole overview of what the sale is, the first thing I'd like to say to everybody, because we have so many different types and kinds, please call me. I mean, you can ask anybody. I will, if you tell me what you like, if you like them big-legged and big-butted and moderate, I can get you to those. If you want them flatter, more breeding cattle looking, I can get you to those. So I think it's really important, because you can't tell in videos and pictures what the size of them is, and sometimes it's pretty hard to read the muscle in some of those cattle. So I just want you to be happy, because if you get the one that you get or that you like, you'll buy another one and you'll be successful with her. So for the overall look, I used to, when I first started this thing, I just wanted my kind on this sale, the big-legged, big-footed, really monster-butted, cool-looking things that were more steer-driven. And over the years evolved, I realized that there's a lot of people that they want them different frame size, they want them bigger, they want them smaller, they want them flatter, they want them more breeding cattle, they want little hotter pedigrees with some club calf in them, they want semis, they want mains. So we've really diversified our program to fit a whole bunch of people's needs. So that's probably the general of what our overall looks like. Our cow herd, we have 81 broker daughters. We've had quite a few maternal maids, and then we started breeding those things back and forth to each other. That started working really good. We've got quite a few wizards. We've thrown some wizard in on that deal. You know, another one, Mueller's out in Nebraska bought a wizard daughter off of us for $6,000. What was that? Remember that brockle face one we had?
I do, yes.
Okay, so that heifer, she bought $6,000 probably 4 or 5 years ago. She had, in her flush this year, she had an $18,000 steer, a $38,000 steer, and an $8,500 steer. So, I mean, that was one that he just said, hey, I need one that'll make steers. He called me. I put him on that one. It worked.
Yep.
So
yeah, it doesn't benefit you as a customer, you know, just bidding online just solely off the pictures and videos. It doesn't do you good as a customer if you don't end up with the right one.
Absolutely. And I want you guys to get something that really fits your needs, because if, like I said earlier, if you're successful, it helps our program, it helps your program, everybody makes money. It's a good deal.
Absolutely. All right, let's dive right into some of these feature lots, and we're going to kind of hit pretty big right here, right away, Ben, with this lot number 2, this purebred red baldy heifer. Let's talk a little bit about her.
Really unique creature. I mean, cool looking, really good built. She's an executive out of a bankroll, Uno Mas, purebred heifer, got pretty good numbers on her, really high calving ease, but her balance and the way that heifer moves around and just got that killer look. I think she's really good muscle for a purebred, but she's so clean jointed and so nice in her chest floor and in her shoulder. I think that one's a really high quality Simmental donor calf.
Well, that was the first picture you posted online, so I can kind of tell that was one of your favorites and one you kind of wanted to feature here today. Next one we're going to roll into, we're going to kind of stay up towards the top of the sale order. Let's talk about this number 4, Ben, this bankroll I-80 heifer.
So that heifer is really big-footed and big-legged. She's got awesome muscle. A heifer that's, I think that's one that when you're picturing 81 and Tucker's picture, I've helped Tuck picture before. Not every single one of them does it in the picture pin. And that's still a good picture of that animal, but she is better than that picture. Everybody that's seen her in real life digs that one. She's good haired, she's good bellied, she's good chested, nice size, just a lot of power and dimension. I think that one's pretty versatile. I think she can raise show steers. I think you can raise breeding cattle with that animal.
Absolutely.
Good animal.
Yep, that pedigree, you could do either way with. One that we're going to talk about, and obviously this has been a pedigree and this has been a mating that has worked extremely good for you, Ben, over the years. This lot number 5, maternal made broker. Let's talk about her.
So that one is a super freak. I think that is my personal favorite in 35 years of breeding cattle. That's the best animal that I've ever raised, in my opinion. Now, I'm sure that there'll be people here that'll disagree with me, but that one's got so many big features. And when I look at disagree with me, I know Tucker doesn't. So she is so long from her chest floor to the top of her pole. I mean, incredible rib cage. She's really big-footed and big-legged. She's moderate, monster muscled. I sold her broker donor dam for $55,000. She's never had that cow had never had a calf under 7,500. And 2 out of our last 4 sales, lot 5 has always been my favorite. Everybody that knows me knows that 5 is might be right, but that's my favorite. 2 out of the last 4 years, that same mating has been the high seller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you can tell Ben's got a lot of confidence in that one, and certainly one you need to check out. Let's kind of switch gears a little bit. We've been talking about maybe a couple more maternal bred type ones. Let's dive into this lot 21, kind of an orange colored In God We Trust.
Moderate, really cool. I mean, that thing is just like a steer making machine. Really big back, real big up in her pin set. I think for as massive as that one, what really sets that one apart is she's just so long and loose structured, easy striding, great sweep to her underline, really good chest floor. Just got a killer look from the side.
Absolutely, yeah. In God We Trust, a solid gold on the bottom side of that one. All hornbills there, certainly one that would definitely work raising steers. Another one that certainly catches your eye as that video pops up on your screen right now is this lot number 36. She's an MAB out of a Hereford influence female. Let's talk about her, Ben.
Hey, that's a very unique creature. And there's another kind of success story. That one comes from Brad Otto, very good customer of ours, good friend of ours. He runs our sale on SC Online. That thing is big-footed. She's big-boned. If you're wanting to make some Hereford classifying steers, I mean, that thing has got a big old caboose in her. Great in her lower rib cage, really sound. Just got a great look to her. That's just a high-quality, very complete, very powerful female. I think that one has got a really neat place in making some colored steers.
Absolutely, yeah. Whether she goes north or south, yeah, I think that one could do a lot of really big things. One that's kind of close to us in terms of the mid-tags is lot number 43, Step Up Monopoly, kind of better known as the old ring nose heifer. Let's talk about her.
So ring nose, and that's what I was talking about. And it's kind of fun as we talk through this because obviously I told you about cattle that we buy from our customers. Here's another one. Tucker, I saw that heifer on the sale. I absolutely loved her. She's moderate. There's another one. Takes a good picture, but not as when you see her in real life. She's got so much presence. She's good footed. She's good bone. She's got a lot of muscle in her. Her rib cage is awesome. She balances up really good, soft haired. Just a really good animal that I really appreciate how sound, how complete that one is. That one right there will make some steers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that Step Up, it seems like anytime that's in a pedigree, that kind of seems to work for raising steers and throw a little Monopoly in there. Yeah, I definitely think that one should work. Go back a little bit in terms of the maternal as we move further on down the sales sheet. Lot number 48, a Wizard Bankroll. I know Ben kind of touched base a little bit on this one earlier as about being one of those customer success stories. Let's talk a little bit about her.
So that one was raised by Darren Sass out in Illinois. Darren bought his first bred heifer from us. She was a $12,500 bankroll, lot 3, and his first calf was that one right there. Darren was pretty excited. When I went out, he called me, said she was pretty good, and I drove out there, and when that little brockle-headed one snuck around the cow, I'm like, woof, what is that thing? I want her, and so we made a deal on her. She's back here on the sale. Her bankroll mother is a donor cow, and for a first calf heifer to have one that high quality is really, I mean, that's impressive. That thing is so long necked and good haired. She's moderate. She's really good in her rib shape. She's got some muscle dimension to her. I think that's one that's pretty versatile that you could probably breed both ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like that heifer. I mean, and that's just a cool one. I mean, that's a pretty impressive female out of a first calf heifer.
I mean, cool colored. I mean, you think the guys that are having success, you could breed that one maternal for sure, but the way the guys are having success breeding those wizards to Here I Am, I mean, that one. And we're, obviously we're popping these videos up on the screen for you, but if you're scrolling through Ben's sale on SC, I guarantee you her picture will stop you because she took a killer picture.
Oh, she's got that big old long neck, great body shape, great feet and legs, good animal. I mean, I think a blind man can find that one.
Absolutely. Then we're going to kind of go as we kind of round up here, and we're going to talk about one more here in terms of what Ben kind of thought is some of our featured lots. We're going to go way down to the end, Ben, to lot number 80, and kind of talk about this loaded up heifer.
Really nice embryo heifer. And is it like we talked about this? I think there's like probably 10 or 12. I didn't give you an exact count of how many embryo females are in this program. That's an embryo that I bought from the Caffies. Really good in terms of her rib and body shape, more maternal driven. But I mean, huge back, huge butted, a little bigger framed. I don't see that one making steers necessarily just because of her hair, but I just think in terms of quality, that thing is so unique. If you're wanting to make some semitals or some main semi crosses to make some breeding bulls and make you some really high quality females, I think that's a lot you really need to take a hard look at.
Absolutely. And, certainly as Ben talked earlier, depending on what you're wanting, I mean, the feature lots could certainly change, 81 lots and just a ton of quality all the way through. Like I said, we just went through and looked at them and without question, I feel like this is probably your deepest set you've ever had, Ben.
Yeah, I really do too. And, we started you guys with 212 heifers to get to this 81. I mean, so they've been culled down hard. We still sell some private treaty, but if I don't think they're going to work, they don't make this sale. I mean, this is my favorite sale of the year. We have bull sales, we have show heifer sales, but this is the one that I invest all my energy in to make it as absolute best as I possibly can. So I just think that every year we get more critical about soundness, we get more critical about quality. Again, we've got a lot of different types and kinds, but the bottom line is there's just a lot of quality. It just depends what you like, and I think that's what makes this sale relatively successful.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about the sale details, Ben. Let's talk about when the sale is and how it's hosted.
So we're having the sale on December 13th. It's Tuesday night on Show Circuit Online. The sale opens at 5 p.m. because every year people get a little nervous. Hey, why isn't this thing open? Why can't I get bid? For us, we like to open it at 5 because we have a lot of traffic on that day. And then extended bidding starts at 7. We try and wrap this thing up as quickly as possible, but for our Eastern customers, because it does get a little later, usually it's between 9:45 and 10:15. It's whenever you guys stop bidding, it's over. We don't have any, a lot of sales have little extra lots on them, we don't. Once you're done bidding, it's over. It's 81 bred heifers. There's nothing, I mean, it's just, we're going to get after it. We're going to sell cattle.
Yep, absolutely. If people have any questions, Ben, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Give me a holler. You can call me at 515-208-2389. You can snap me, send me a carrier pigeon, whatever you need. The biggest thing is we just need to contact each other. I'll help you with them. We're here every day. The cattle are all out in the runs. They're bedded. I've got them in, like anywhere from 6 to 10 heads sorted by types and kinds. So it's really easy to walk through these cattle and figure it out. And if you need any help with cow families or questions on one, I'm not one of those guys. If you walk up to me and say, hey, is that one a little off in her hip? Absolutely. That's why she's not as much money as the next one is. I mean, I'll tell you the way it is because I just want your business.
Absolutely. Well, Ben, we appreciate you being on here today, and we want to wish the best of luck with your sale.
Thank you. And I appreciate everybody that does business with us, the people that come and look, the people that bid. I'm just saying thank you in advance, and I look forward to seeing you out in your pastures next year. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have today, folks. If you'd like to be on an upcoming episode of Generate, or if you have any graphic design, photography, marketing needs, be sure to get a hold of us. You can get a hold of us on any of our social media platforms or give us a call. We'd love to work with you. So on behalf of everyone here at Mittag Design, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to Generate, powered by Mittag Design Live.